Welcome to LangTime Chat episode 33. I am David Peterson, the master of this episode, and I am here with a very special guest. She is a longtime conlanger. She has her PhD in linguistics from the University of Colorado Boulder. She is a fantastic professor, really snappy dresser. Am I allowed to say that?
You are, but I'm not a professor anymore, so I don't think you can say she is a professor.
Was a professor.
Was.
Yeah.
But am I still a snappy dresser, or was that only in my professing days?
Actually, I meant to say you were a really snappy professor. And a really, and a really...
I bet you got people's hopes up, though. They were like, special guest.
That's right.
And it's me.
Yep.
Hey.
Our guest is Jessie Sams, and today we're doing Create That Word, but we did Create That Word last time. What this is Create That Word 2.
Oh my gosh. You put a lot of effort into this. All right. I see.
I spent about 15 minutes getting that just right.
Nice. We are recording, right?
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to double check. I was a little bit paranoid that all of my creativity that I'm about to spew out is not being noted for all of future time.
That happened to us once. It won't happen to us again.
Did it? Oh, but the motherland thing, not with LangTime. Okay, yeah, that was unfortunate. But it was work we needed to do anyway. This would be even more unfortunate because it's a special thing that we are only talking about for the episode.
Yeah.
And so it's not like we're doing the work we would need to do on a project anyway.
That's
so this
true.
would be doubly disastrous if we lost it all, because it would be like, oh no.
Yeah, and we're on vacation in beautiful Seattle.
Bainbridge Island, actually, right now.
Yeah, gorgeous location. We could be out enjoying the foliage.
And you are a nature person.
That is the only thing I am.
Indeed.
Now, a lot of the slides here are the same, but we're going to go through them again for you. So, first thing that we are going to do is basically we're going to be we're not really making a language. What we're going to be doing is working with meanings. We have kind of like an expanded Leipzig-Jakarta list of basic meanings that we're not going to come up with phonological forms for. Instead, we're going to figure out how are we going to use these meanings to create some new words. And these are going to be, lexical items, but also grammatical items. This is what we did last time with Jessie prompting me, and now I am prompting Jessie with different concepts. So, the first thing that we have to do is, for this potential language, because, it's important for headedness, we are going to decide on a basic word order.
I feel like you did head final last time.
Nope.
You did head initial?
Yep.
I'm doing head final.
You sure?
I want it to be opposite.
Is that your final answer?
I want it to be, it's my head final answer.
Woo! Snap. All right.
That's right. I bring the snaps.
Yeah, no, if I ever have a choice, I'm always doing head initial.
Okay.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Head final, baby.
All right. Good luck. So we have this list of basic roots. Again, it's the same list of basic roots that was up last time. So you can find the PDF in the same place. I'm sure you'll link it again.
Oh, yeah, re-upload it to this episode's resources whenever I do this. Or wait, are you doing this since you are the mastermind? Oh my God, the look he just gave me. No, I will take care of that part. I would like to say, though, that the least you could have done is drawn your own bullet points. The least.
Oh.
But that's okay. The foxes are cute.
Oh, man, now I'm thinking about it.
And of course, this fox is the fox that we have in our living room, except without the hat.
Yeah. So what we have on the list, the PDF, it's a list of basic roots. These are the ones that Jessie came up with. They're divided into semantic categories. Those semantic categories are body parts, relationships, society, animals, insects, tools, instruments, environment, verbs, description, numbers, and grammatical.
Yes.
Which category and dollar amount do you choose?
Say, no, you didn't for 200.
Oh, but I really like this second bullet point. It's alphabetized, so the list is alphabetized. It's also numbered, but that didn't get a mention.
No, okay. So 2 things. One, I specifically wanted to say it's alphabetized because I don't want anyone looking at the list and thinking it's in order of basicness.
Oh, good idea.
It's just like easy to find. So when you're looking for like, is this word on there? You can more easily kind of group things. That was the reason I mentioned that. The numbering, I think, is helpful to be able to, like last time, you were like number 33 followed by 78, because if there's some sort of mishearing or something, like you can still look at the list and know what was being said. As a really random side note, like we had a discussion last time about some of these, what I just put in here to try to help, foster discussion, wouldn't necessarily be basic roots.
Yeah.
Especially not in all languages. So I think you had specifically pointed out like knife or things like that. But like I just happened to see under environment, the very first word is acorn.
Mm-hmm.
And in Joadi, I have a word for acorn and it is not basic.
Mm.
And so it's
Well,
actually...
We won't fault you for that.
It's actually because there's noun classes and it's actually a rock noun of the basic root meaning to fall or drop. That's because that's what acorns do. They fall and they can hit you on the head, and it kind of hurts when that happens.
That is really, really cool, and I love it. It's not very realistic according to the list, but it's very cool.
But I just wanted to give a concrete example of how, like, yeah, it could be basic in another language, but like it doesn't have to be basic. And it's really, again, like my keynote presentation says here, it was just a starting point to jumpstart discussion on how you can use roots to do other things.
Yeah, that was bullet 3, that this was based on the Leipzig-Jakarta list. But yeah, bullet 2 is really missing the fact that this list is alphabetized and numbered. It's but I wanted to work with the same material.
It's so unfortunate.
I could have improved it.
Do you know, a really random struggle I had was I had to insert a page break after, the environment where it was 87, and I wanted all the verbs to start on the next page. And the page break stopped the numbering continuing. Yeah. And so I had to keep undoing it and redoing it. And it was really frustrating because column breaks didn't do the same thing when I would insert a column break, but the page break did it.
You don't think you just start any list and say start at this number?
Yes, but if this is changing up here, then it doesn't help that the other list is starting at 87 when you then add something to the top list and now you need it to start at 88.
Just change.
I know, but changing it means doing one extra thing, and I did keep changing it, but it was frustrating because I was like, why? Okay, anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We are so off topic, and this time it's my fault because I am not the one who organized all of this, and I am now the tangential speaker.
Ooh.
Being snappy. Oh, that's right. Throwing shade and being snappy.
Well done. All right, well, let's see what we got next.
They call me sassafras.
Okay, all right, sassafras. Now, you have some new words and concepts to create. We're going to do compound strategies.
Ooh.
Derivation strategies. And grammaticalization strategies.
My.
I know. Please try to contain yourself. All right. Here we go. Are you ready?
No.
I know. But don't worry, we have another bulleted list next. It's just this. I'm providing the new words concepts for you because I provided you this list.
And you know this part of the presentation so well. Go on. Go on.
You're using the roots provided to create strategies to form those words and concepts. I think everybody knows this at this point. It's just charming. But it's more charming when you do it. It's not charming when I do it.
No, really just...
I could deliver it. It's like, you're using the roots provided to create strategies to form those words and concepts. Is that better?
Moving on.
I would be so good as being a generic announcer, like the guy who announces that, tonight it's David Letterman. That guy.
You would be.
I'd be a really good that guy.
I'd be a good guest for David Letterman.
Oh.
Sass.
Part 1, you better be ready now.
Oh, I am, yeah.
Compound.
I'm trying to be overly confident now until you show me the first word.
Yeah.
Head final. Gotta remember that.
Yeah,
okay.
A lot of these are not, some of these aren't a surprise. Some of them I just swapped them from one to the other. Let's see what the first one is. Oh, well, this is a good one.
Farm.
Farm. It's a pretty good concept. Farm, if you don't follow English super well, is a place where plants are grown for food and animals live, often also raised for food, but sometimes used in the creation and harvesting of the crops.
Okay, I'm going to go agricultural with this in the sense of plant agricultural. And I'm going to have a compound, again, head final. It's going to be seed dirt. Seed 76 followed by 63 dirt. Dirt is the main thing. It's the ground that is the farm, really, and it is ground for seeds.
That's pretty darn good.
And that is my final answer.
And that was the correct answer. Good job.
Woo! Oh man, I get 200. Okay, building bank here. Woo! I could have also gone with soil. I didn't see soil until just this moment. I was looking for place or area. I was going to do seed area. Seed soil would be another good one, but you know what? I'm going to stick with dirt because that's what I said. And a soil can be a special part of the farm.
Yeah, it seems like perhaps it was an oversight of the list to include both dirt and soil, but maybe not. Maybe not.
I don't know. I need to relook at the Leipzig-Jakarta list. It may be that they're both on there because I really did take that as a starting point. So it's like if it was on there, it pretty much is almost guaranteed to be on this list.
Yeah.
And then I just expanded it. And so it may be that they're both on there because otherwise that does seem kind of weird to have them both.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Yes.
You had me do sister. Now you're doing brother.
Okay.
A brother is a male child of your own mother and father.
I love that you're. It is really hard to be the one looking. You need to be the one providing.
Some interesting facts about brothers. Many men have been brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I am actually going to go gender neutral in this and say brother and sister are the same word.
Okay, what's the word for sister?
They're going to be the same word. And it's going to be same followed by child. Same child.
Oh, damn, that's really good.
And so it means either sibling. And same is in the description section 150, and child is in the relationship/society section number 31.
Man, that's really, really good. Damn. Impressive.
Ooh, so now do I get 400 for that?
Man, yes you do. Man, I was trying to stump you with your own stuff, and you just got good stuff for it. Well done. All right, next word. Whole. Pretty basic word.
It is, and
but
it's not in here. Like, I'm totally going to search. No, it isn't. That is hilarious.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Best of luck.
A
hole is a place where dirt used to be, but isn't anymore. Of course, there are different types of holes. You could also have a hole inside of a tree where nothing used to be. It was just the way the tree was formed.
What is interesting, I totally came up with, my first thought was one that would be a derivation, so I'm not doing it. And so to do, okay, Okay, just a second. I'm having to think through how this would go.
I had an idea, but I won't share it with you.
No, please don't share it with me. I don't want your help. Okay. Hole can be anything. It could be in the ground, it could be through a leaf, it could be hole in your pants. And so I don't want to constrain it semantically.
Okay.
It is going to be number 54, pot or bowl, followed by shade or shadow, number 77. Because it's, you know, like it could be like a pot shade, pot shadow, where it could be a hole in the ground.
Wow.
A deep pot could be like a hole straight through. But anyway, it's like that's what I'm gonna go with.
That is a bit of a stretch. I kind of like it.
It is a big stretch, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
I had ideas.
Because I'm gonna say the most basic hole is the kind of hole that you would see like in rocks or the ground, where it would be more of a depression than it would be straight through. And so that's what I'm building with.
Cool. I was thinking of footfall or maybe dirt mouth, but
oh, dirt mouth would be fun too. Nice.
But yeah, pot shadow. I like it. I like it. Very evocative. Okay, next.
My speakers are very poetic. Cape.
Of course they are. They all have capes.
Let me. Oh, I just hit you. Sorry. I was flicking my fake cape over my shoulder and I hit David.
A cape is what superheroes are not supposed to wear.
No, because they get stuck in planes. Okay. I'm going to do my first verb noun combo. And a cape is something to cover your back. And so it is, I want the, I really want it to be back covering. And so I'm actually going to put the verb final, but like there has to be an assumption that like the verb has some sort of participial form that would make it make sense as a noun there.
It wouldn't be a participial form.
No,
right?
it would not. It'd be a gerundial.
Yeah.
I said the wrong word. Thank you for calling me out on that. I never do such things to you. And now we're gonna get in the comments all these times I've called you out on saying the wrong word. But yes, I'm gonna go with back to cover, and again, assuming that the cover could be used either whatever strategy is in place for zero derivation, whatever, for that concept to be able to be nominalized in that way.
All right. I like it. Very simple, to the point, works.
I like how whole is so poetic. We are so gonna get in trouble. We are violating copyright left and right. This is, I think, the second recording that we violated. Life happens.
It's like less than a second. I hope it's going to be okay.
But returning to this, it just makes me laugh that I was so poetic for whole, and for something like cape, which you really think could be super poetic, I'm like, it's a back covering. Done. Moving on.
You got it. Orange.
The fruit or the color?
As you like.
Oh, that doesn't really help. Not all languages have them in the same word.
No, they don't. So I guess you have to choose.
This is just rude.
Maybe you can just do a compound orange fruit for orange.
Again, so rude.
Orange is a color that's halfway between yellow and red. It's also a citrus fruit. That's actually a distant cousin or distant grandchild of the pomelo and the lemon.
I am going to say that oranges were newer for these speakers, and they were surprised on their first bite just how sweet it was.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to say it's a sweet berry.
Oh, well, that's really nice.
Because they, like berries, grow on trees and branches. It's just a large one as well.
Yeah.
And so, you know, larger than an actual berry. You don't eat the outside like an actual berry, but, you know, they don't have a word for fruit yet. And so, and so it's a sweet berry.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
Done.
I like that.
So juicy. That would have been a good one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what's next. Mountain. Seems pretty basic.
I do like mountains. Well, I mean, big hill.
All right.
I mean, I feel like that's cheating a little bit, but because it's so easy. No, this is the whole point. Sometimes compounds are boring.
That's right.
This compound is boring. It's a big hill.
Mm-hmm. I think that's good.
Oh, I forgot to say. Big, 134. Hill, 67.
Right
Moving on.
Moving on. Boat.
Boat. Okay. Talk about boats, David.
I've always loved boats. I grew up next to the ocean in a small seaside town called San Pedro, and I spent most of my days walking the docks there. You might think that's a fanciful story, but in this case, it's actually true. A boat is like an airplane, except it doesn't fly.
That's really what you have to say.
People go inside of it.
Indeed. Okay.
I've had a number of incredible experiences on boats. And I've also been on a boat that capsized. Very small boat, but nevertheless it happened.
Please tell all of us more about this.
Well, that was, of course, at one of the camps that I went to as a child. I don't think I told you about this one, but this was during the run of the Buffalo Bills getting to 4 straight Super Bowls and losing. And so we had to come up with mascot names for each cabin, and the cabin leaders wanted to call us the Bills. But it became obvious that it was kind of a derisive name. I had no idea what Bills were, and I was like, I don't think we like this. But yeah, the boat capsized, and one of the guys that was on shore just started laughing, and he said, "You're such a Bill." Didn't get it till much later.
Okay. Really quick observation. Another word for hole could have been a dirt navel. It's like a little belly button in the dirt.
Certainly a tree navel for the hole in a tree.
Right? You could have all sorts of, oh man,
That's good.
I missed that. Anyway, well, I missed that, so done. This one, I'm going for wood as a modifying noun. No, wait. I thought I saw wood. There it is. 57 as a modifying noun. Followed by horn. It's a wood horn. 14. In the assumption that the initial boats were kind of canoe-like, and so they look kind of like, just a horn floating out there in the water.
Oh,
but a wooden one.
That's really cool. And it also reminds me of one of my favorite books as a child, Around the Great Horn Spoon. Do you know about that one?
I don't think so.
It's a book for middle grade readers about this young boy who goes with his butler to San Francisco during the gold rush. But it's like he's lost his parents or something, so it's like a misadventure. But it's also sometimes referred to as The Adventure of Bullwhip Griffin. And it was made into a movie, which I didn't see. Preferred the book. It was read to me by my 4th and 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Drum.
Nice.
Ready for the next one? Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Sunset is a compound of sun and set.
Uh-huh.
A sunset is a television set that only shows you the sun.
Like, I'm only half listening to you as I'm trying to look at the list. And so that I was like, David just said something punny, but what? And so now you've completely distracted me.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm going to go with a verb-noun combo.
Mm-hmm.
Sunset is falling sun. To fall, 102, followed by sun, 84.
Beautiful. I love it. I thought I'd give you an easy one after starting you off with farm. All right, let's see what's next, because I don't remember how many.
I feel like we should be getting close to the end of compounds.
We have 2 more. All right, next.
Dang.
To sing. A verb.
Indeed. Okay. You've got to do some stuff here while I...
Singing is this.
Oh my God, David. Please never do that again. Okay. So I'm gonna go...
Jessie, I've got to confess-y.
Goodness, David. Just no. I'm gonna go a little poetic on this one. And it's gonna be actually a noun-verb combo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be mouth followed by jump. It's mouth jumping when you sing, because your mouth is leaping with joy as it sings.
It certainly is kind of like a jump when we think about, I think, the type of singing that you have in mind, which, as I understand it, is right?
You been to one of my shindigs?
No, only been to a hootenanny.
You gotta experience both.
All right. By the way, I mean that was just a small sentence, but I'm actually really good at yodeling. At least I used to be.
I know.
Yeah. All right.
You're also good at what is that called? In the traditional Mexican music, the like callback. Isn't there a special word for that where it's
like your grito?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's like where you get that kind of shout singing, but like you go back and forth with somebody. Isn't that like and you get kind of, it's like a yell, but it is grito.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, anyway. So, go on.
Thank goodness we're not on camera for that. I forgot that I had eaten chocolate ice cream, and the way I usually do it is I just kind of spread it on my face, and then I get some of it, only with chocolate ice cream. And I guess
you should be telling this story that isn't actually a story after you show me the next word, so I can think while you talk about the fake way you eat chocolate ice cream. Let me.
All right. Well, this one we end on kind of a theme. This is to sing. Next. To dance.
Well, gosh, I already used jump. I don't think I want to use that again. Otherwise, it could be a leg jump. Got a jumpy leg.
Yeah. Dancing is a practice that, I mean, I can't condone for any number of reasons. It's a lot of movement without specific purpose. And so, of course, everything that somebody does has to have a specific purpose. And so, obviously, it should not be born. That's why creating languages is such a waste of time. How could one? How could one?
Okay, so I'm just shaking my head at you, by the way. Since they can't see me shaking my head, I should mention that. And so if I were to do a verb-verb combo, like I think I was looking at things like to fly, to jump, to join. So I was thinking of those kinds of things. But I think I want to do another noun-verb combo and say it's a foot fly when you dance. And so foot and then to fly, like your feet go and they kind of do little fly, woo! And when you really get dancing, it's like, they're just flying off the ground.
Oh, it's wonderful.
So, yeah, number 11, followed by 103. I love how I keep forgetting to use the numbers until...
I was imagining the Russian dance from the Nutcracker and thinking, well, you could just do sit stand.
Oh, totally. Yeah, because I was actually, interestingly enough, I was thinking about something like that too, where it's that up and down. But I want to, I like foot fly.
That's great. All right, we've hit the end of the compound section, which means that we're up to part 2, derive. That feels like...
I have derived.
It's like, rather than like do, derivation, it's derive. It's like, it's very like, life coach,
Well, you do realize all these part names are verbs followed by an exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Well, sure. So like, that's what I was going for.
It's really cool. It's really cool. And so we're going to start with the first one, and I'm hoping that you take a minute with it because I realized that I forgot my water.
Well, you can use mine right here.
But then you won't have any water.
No, I have plenty to share for now, and it's probably better for you. Otherwise, if you leave, there may be dead air as I'm staring at a list.
Very good. Your word is storm.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I'm going to say that there's an augmentative. No, that's the right word. It feels like I'm missing a syllable. Augmentative.
In English, when we have an NT, we can sometimes elide that to N.
I just feel like I'm missing something.
Augmentative.
I feel like I'm missing something. We're going to augment. We're going to make something big.
Augmentative.
And it's going to be a prefix.
Okay.
And this prefix is going to come from the word heavy, 142.
Oh.
And this particular prefix is then going to be attached to wind.
I love that.
And so that augmentative form followed by wind is going to be the word for storm. Because even if it brings other things with it, storms for these people is often inclusive of wind and very heavy wind, very big wind.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Incredible. And now you have your augmentative, which is a prefix derived from heavy.
Heavy.
All right, next. Sapling.
Oh, we need a baby tree. And that's exactly what it's going to be. Baby is a prefix meaning itsy bitsy. And then tree is a sapling.
Wonderful. There you go. So now we have
augmentative
and diminutive prefix. Next, herd.
Oh.
A herd is a lot of animals, but they have to be large. It's rarely said that there are a herd of flies or a herd of ants.
Oh my gosh. You little such and such.
It's true, though.
I'm going to say that there is a collective prefix that actually comes from the verb to join.
Really? Cool.
Yeah. So it's going to be like, again, that idea that you can use like joining or join as like a more nominal form. This language is going to do a lot of zero derivation probably. But 112 to join is going to end up creating a collective prefix. Great. And by collective, like grouping, anything where it's like a lot of stuff bundled together, whatever. And from there, I'm going to say I'm gonna go completely against, because obviously David is playing with the idea that I don't have anything bigger than a dog, and so, but I'm gonna say this is even crazier than that, and it's gonna be tail.
Oh.
Because you count animals by tails in this language, and at least herded animals. So like a herd of cow, horses, whatever. Cattle would have been the more appropriate term. Horses, whatever. It's like, how many tails do you have in that herd?
Have you heard about that farmer that was really good at arithmetic?
I don't even know what you're...
No, it's true. Like when he would count all his sheep, he'd just count their feet and divide by 4.
Well, there you go.
You're not familiar with this joke?
No.
Wow. I figured it came from out yonder. And you having grown up in yonder.
Out yonder, we don't joke about such things. And of course, a flock, by the way, would be this join derivation followed by wing.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Yes. Okay. There we go.
Delightful. Next, I suppose if we had a word for but, that would be for humans.
There is none.
Okay. Next, icy. This is an adjective meaning, covered with ice.
And of course, we have ice. And this one, to change it, I'm feeling it's going to be a suffix to actually change its status, because it's not actually ice. And so the head word is no longer really ice. And so here, God, there are so many things that I wish I had. You have no idea what that's like, David. And I am, but I am going to say that, just a second, looking. Okay, so we have a verb meaning to see or to look. But I really want the patientive of that, because it's something that looks like ice or seems like ice. So never mind, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't like it. Okay. Oh, poetic. Oh, I just hit myself in the face. I got so excited. It's like I momentarily forgot I'm wearing glasses. Oh my god.
Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna go poetic.
Knock, knock.
God, did I draw blood?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange. Orange, you glad that we're not recording ourselves anymore for these things?
Oh my god. That would have been such a gif.
It could have been a GIF, which would have been a gift.
Oh my gosh. I got very excited. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a suffix.
Okay.
That comes from the verb to breathe. It breathes as ice. So it's ice breathe, but breathe is going to be...
Yeah. Probably conjugated, I would think, but then it's just understood, yeah?
Right, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be used as a derivation, not just a compound strategy, because it's going to be reduced in form, and also attachable to, anything that is similar to this quality.
That'd be really cool. And by the way, you can imagine if this were a language that... Oh, yeah, it's good. You can imagine if this were a language where the things, adjectives declined, say, like they had to agree with nouns and so on. That wouldn't be the case for these adjectives, right?
Right.
Because they would just have the bare form, and so you'd have a class of adjectives that didn't decline or agree at all. It's pretty cool.
Cute. Oh my God. I kind of wish we were recording, so that would have been a really funny moment to share with our community. Instead, just please imagine me getting so excited that I whipped my hand back in joy and jammed my thumb into my glasses, which pushed them up into my nose, and it hurts.
Oh man. Do you want me to wipe the lens of your glasses
No,
off on my smudgy face?
I'm fairly certain, and I am correct. I hit it on the nose piece, so like I didn't actually hit the glasses.
That was really thoughtful of your thumb.
Oh
I was
my
thinking
goodness gracious. Okay.
All right, here we go. You ready?
No.
That's
I
the
just
perfect way to be.
Jammed my glasses into my nose. Okay.
All right. Ignoring the stream of blood. Here we go. Harvest. We have farm, harvest.
And harvest is a noun, so there's no to in front of it?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so these are the things we are bringing in. It is the result. And, okay, so some sort of...
Harvest is a word that's applied to products in a grocery store that gives them license to raise the price. For example, Harvest cheddar costs more than regular cheddar cheese, for no reason other than that it has the word harvest in front of it.
You're really funny. This one is difficult because like my first idea feels too much like it would be a compound, and so like I don't feel comfortable saying, well, I'm just going to make it a weird kind of derivation.
If it helps, I imagine harvest as being the product of harvesting, right?
Right.
It's like,
but like
the thing that happened because of the verb.
Right. And so I definitely want to use to gather or to collect as the root, but then I want to give it something that makes sense that isn't just like more of a compound, like, and so I want it to be more product-y.
Somebody is showering above us, if you can hear that, but just pretend that it's the rain.
And if you can't hear it, then we just like made it weird. I feel like the most product type thing on the root list that we have is either rope or wheel.
Huh.
It's like the product of having created something. It's not the thing that made it, it's the thing that was made.
That is interesting. I like that idea.
But I feel like wheel is more instrumental in terms of like it would help you do other things, like I could imagine you know, it being the instrument derivation. So like a grinder would be like to crush wheel, where wheel is the instrumental. It's the thing by which the crushing is done.
Mm-hmm.
And so for this, like if I put it with to gather or to collect and I use this derivation from wheel with it, it would be more like the tools you used to gather and collect the harvest. And so that's not what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So instead I'm going to go with rope, which is the product of having made something. That's what it's going to be like understood to mean as a derivation. And so it's going to be a suffix, but in a reduced form. And so it's going to be a product marker.
Wow, I never would have thought of that. That's very interesting. Well,
thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. I have a headache now. The glasses nose bridge incident is not dying away quickly.
That's all right. Use it. As we know from watching Pokemon, headaches increase your psychic power.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah.
Like Psyduck?
Mm-hmm.
Fox!
That's right. You made the bullet, so now make the animal.
Okay, if I could do a compound, this would totally be a dog cat with cat as the main word, because I feel like they're more cattish in their behavior, but it's like the dog version of a cat.
Yep.
Okay, so I can't do a compound though because this is in the derivation section.
That's right.
And it doesn't make sense for either of those to be a normal derivation that you would add to anything else.
That's right. Just made it difficult for you, didn't I?
You are so rude. Okay. And so I am going to. Okay.
Foxes are known for many things. They're, I think, most particularly known for wearing darling little socks. Nobody has ever actually seen the real foot of a fox because they insist on wearing these socks everywhere. They're fuzzy, just like the rest of their body, but make no mistake, they are little high-stepping socks.
Okay, so I don't have the verb that I actually would like to use, and so I'm going to have to just go with what I have. And what I would love to have is a root meaning to play.
Oh, that would be good. And that can be a basic root.
It totally could be. Because this is the aspect of foxes that I want to work with.
Yeah.
So instead I'm gonna use to run. I could use to jump, but it's not right. It's not that they're always jumping. It's that they run and jump and play and go. And so I'm gonna stick with to run, and in the sense that they're cute when they run, and I'm gonna attach a suffix from the root person, which is going to be the agentive, and it will be agentive regardless of whether it's an animal or person actually doing it. And so it'll just be the agentive marker. So essentially, a fox is a runner.
Oh, interesting. I like that. Very athletic.
I would like them to be a player, but alas.
I was thinking of like putting that diminutive prefix on poke, because their little noses.
Aww, so cute.
All right, next we have ant. And that's ant as an A-U-N-T, because of course A-N-T, ant, is already a root. Some might pronounce this aunt wrongly.
He gave me a look like, I don't know.
No.
Like I pronounce it that way and I don't.
It's more of an East Coast thing.
It is, because I know Elena says it that way.
Yeah. For those who might not know this and might be interested, the root ant that we have actually originally started with a T, and we lost it. The T is still there in French.
I'm going to use my diminutive prefix, and oh wait, no, I totally forgot. I know why you did this to me. I forgot I don't have mom. I was going to make it a diminutive mom, but I can't do that because we don't have mother.
Mother and father aren't there. Apparently they're not big in Leipzig, Jakarta. They're like, nobody has roots for these.
So I can't do that. Then I want to make a joke with the actual word A-N-T, ant, on the list and be like, it's just a big ant. But I'm not going to do that because that would just be silly. And so...
Wouldn't put up with such antics.
Oh my God. So I am going to do something else. And I'm going to say ants are fun. You know why? Because I'm an ant.
All right. Yeah.
And so, yeah. So I'm going to use my agentive again.
Yeah.
And attach it to laugh.
Oh.
Because it's a laugh person. They are both people that laugh and make people laugh. It's really both.
Ant laughy. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're fun.
Indeed, everybody knows that of you, especially.
Because again, we
You're
don't.
the very soul of fun.
We don't have gendered family terms in this language. It's also uncle.
That's right. Good work.
They are the laughing relatives.
All right.
It's all fun and games when you're with your aunt and uncle because they get to send you home with your parents.
Yes, they do. Such a delight. And then they get to
forget. Okay. Gosh. Okay.
Forgetting is what you're doing when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing unintentionally.
We don't have okay. I'm going to make a negative prefix for verbs.
Okay.
That negates the meaning, and it's going to come from to hide.
That's good.
And then I'm going to add that to the base to know.
Wow.
And so you hide what you know. But hide, again, is going to be a derivation. That will be, negation for anything.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's perfect.
Thank you.
Very well done. To destroy.
Okay. I don't want to use the same strategy for intensifier, like the augmentative for noun. I want to have an intensifier. And I, of course, left off some really good potential sources for intensifiers on this list, and that is unfortunate. I wish I had to die.
Oh, wow. Huh.
But I also don't have to live, I don't think. No. So there's no living and dying in this language. It just is. I'm looking for a verb that just feels big, and I'm not finding it. And so
wait,
now I'm up in the nouns.
You're looking for a verb that means big? What?
No, that feels big. That just like feels like it would be an intensifier for other verbs. And I just a second. I'm gonna go back to it. I just wanted to double check some other things.
Well, I just wanted to know if you wanted to use one of your lifelines. You can eliminate 50% of the words on this list. You can phone a friend.
Oh.
You can also poll our listeners.
Okay. I am going to say there's an intensifier prefix that comes from to crush or to grind.
Good.
Specifically, it is the intensifier where there's also a durative, kind of like it took time.
Oh.
Like it's not just intense in that moment, like in that moment when I hit myself in the face, that was intense. But this is like time is involved. And we're going to attach that to the verb to burn.
Oh.
And so to destroy something is to intensely burn it.
That's really good.
Thank you.
You had exactly what you needed.
It just took me a minute.
Yeah. All right. I believe. Nope.
Ooh,
To
to
sew.
sew. Oh, that is delightful. And okay. Okay. Gosh, there are so many things I want to do.
Sewing is something that Jessie does occasionally, not super often.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I am going to make another prefix. David's doing a little dance.
Mm-hmm.
Another prefix that this one is straight up, like it's sort of, well, it's not straight, it's like a repetitive derivation where it's like if the same action is done again and again.
Mm-hmm.
Like
iterative.
Iterative, thank you. Because I was like, you know, like in ASL, to stare at, where you do that thing over. Okay, so anyway, I suddenly couldn't remember the word for it, but thankfully David did. And so I'm gonna do iterative. And the I feel like the most iterative thing on this list, without it being potentially, like with it having more sort of neutral connotation, is to chew. Because when you chew something, you're doing it again and again.
That's
perfect. You gotta do it. And then the main root after it is going to be to poke or to prick.
Oh, that's perfect.
Because that's, you're again and again, you're poking something to sew.
That's absolutely perfect. I love it.
Thank you.
By the way, you know the little dance I was doing? Remember when Max sits on the sewing machine and his tail gets in there?
Yes. Oh, and he's of course talking about the Grinch cartoon, the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and the cute little Max dog. And yeah, he's the only little dog I want.
That was what my parents' dog was named after.
I know. That's why I like Max, your parents' dog. Otherwise, I want bigger dogs, like the Max we met yesterday, who is very big.
Yeah. They're not cute when they're big.
Oh my God, he was so adorable.
Big
Go on.
things aren't cute. I believe that we are now ready.
Oh, and this one's shorter. Woof. Okay, I survived.
Grammaticalize.
Oh my God, we are so going over time, by the way.
Yeah, this was the longest section because I expanded it.
No, you did not.
I did not.
Okay, I was like, wait, it could only be 5.
I did not. But I also just, I allowed you to do some of the same things. So like the first one is dogs, basically plurality, and it's up to you to decide how you want to do it.
I kind of want to be like, there is no plural.
Yeah, it is an option. Does it feel like, I mean, honestly, based on what you've done, I feel like you could get away with not having a plural in this language.
I do feel that way. If, of course, if I were going to, I honestly want to say this language doesn't have plural because there's a lot of zero derivation. There's a lot of like other things going on where it's sort of like things just get used. But if I did, I would have a prefix from many. So it'd be mini dog.
All right.
MANY, I should say.
Yeah.
Which is number 145.
And if you were to do a dual?
If I were to do a dual, it would be 2 dog.
All right. Prefix?
Prefix from the number to 161.
All right. I ate berries, and you can treat that as past, preterite, or perfect, or perfective, whatever.
Okay. I am going to Gosh, again, so many things that I wish we had. You have no idea what this feels like, David. Goodness, can you fill in some blanks here while I stare? Because there's a few options I'm trying to formalize in my mind.
The past tense was discovered in 1839, and it was discovered by accident. In fact, they were looking for...
Okay, I'm done. Okay. In other words, please stop, David. For, again, head final language. God, this, on the one hand, doesn't feel right. On the other hand, the plurals are prefixes because they come from modifiers. If they had been from other things, they could have easily been suffixes. If, like, dog had been the modifier for, say, group or something like that, but we don't have those roots. I am feeling like this marker, whether you want to call it a perfective or a past tense, it would really depend on, well, then again, I think I know what else we have in here. So I'm going to call it perfective. It's going to be a suffix. And it's going to come from to tie or bind. So I tied eating berries, like I finished it.
That's really good.
Thank you.
No, I think that's wonderful.
So eat to tie.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know why you were hemming and hawing about that. I think that's great.
Well, because I was going back and forth between a few options. It was, once you find the option, it's easy to say.
Yeah.
While you're looking for it, it's hard to...
How about a imperfect or present progressive or present I am eating berries?
For that one, and it's going to be another suffix. And I am going to say that one that one I am struggling with filling in the space.
I'm so sorry. I would have been filling in space, but I had to sneeze. And I knew it was coming, and it was awful. And then I sneezed, and it was on a podcast, and everybody's gonna hate me now.
Like, what are you even doing? I'm gonna say that one is to carry. I carry eating berries. Like it's an ongoing thing. It's like because if you carry something, it's like you're in process of it, in progress.
That's really cool.
Whew, thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Wow. How about a future tense?
That one. Okay, that one I'm going to take a little bit of inspiration from Sarkisian, and it's going to be from to hunt. I hunt eating berries, like I chase after it. I will do it.
Because the hunt implies that it hasn't happened yet.
Right. Like there's some end goal. And in this case, the eating of the berries is what I'm goaling.
Well, right on. I love it.
Woo! Okay, where are we at, please?
A berry versus the berry. Again, you don't have to.
No, and honestly, like, again, in this language, I really don't feel like there would be. But if we did, I would say it would probably come from, and I feel like this would be treated again as a modifier. So I feel like it would go first, but I could also see arguments for it going last, depending on how it's actually treated in the language. I'm going to do it opposite. The berry is going to be basic.
Okay.
So when you say berry, you mean the berry.
Yep. And?
I'm going to get some Southern inspiration. And when you say a berry, you say, what berry? Like, I want what berry? Like, whatever
What?
berry. Exactly.
What? That can't be a real thing. Seriously?
Remember we had that whole discussion about how there is the clause, it was you what did this, where it's like the what thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt it.
Wait, no, but like, can people say that in English?
I don't know. I feel like they could.
Oh, okay.
It was the whole, like, it was you what did this thing.
I'm sorry.
Probably a better source would be one. So, like, one berry would be a berry.
No, but, like, I just didn't even, like, I thought this was something that you were saying actually happened, where if you go to the South, I'll take what berry?
No, it was inspiration from that phrasing, where it was, like, I could extend it where it's, like, whatever berry. Like,
that's cool.
What berry you see.
That's really cool. Wow. I never would have, wow.
So what?
That's really something. Incredible. Never would have imagined. Well done. And now, you have a sentence.
Wait.
And this sentence is, I gave a fish to the flower.
You totally added this. You're such a stinker.
Oh.
SOV.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say there's no verb agreement
for
this. So it's just going to start with I, subject.
Then?
And then this one is going to be, gosh, I don't know. Do I want to have cases?
That's a good question. How are you going to handle that dative? First of all, is it coming next? Or is the direct object coming next?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if I have case marking, then that could differentiate things.
We don't have case marking in English, but we have prepositions. The same thing.
Sure, but like having SOV word order, like I'm trying to decide if the O should be marked anyway. I don't know yet. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
And so it's just, you just know if you have two nouns smashed together, the first is, no, because I also have modifiers that are nouns. But those are compounds. They're going to be treated differently stress-wise.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so it's I followed by what fish, followed by a postpositional phrase.
Oh.
Which is flower, because that's the flower.
Right.
And then 2 is going to be a postposition grammaticalized from I mean, honestly, like it would probably be grammaticalized from to give.
All right.
Which is kind of unfortunate because then gave is also our verb. So like I kind of wish I could well, to the flower, we're thinking this is the end goal, the destination. So I'm going to say it's grammaticalized from to come or to arrive.
All right.
And so flower, which means the flower, and then to come to arrive, which is grammaticalized, meaning like to, like end goal. And then gave would, of course, be to give as a root, followed by the suffix to tie or bind.
And there you go.
And
you did a whole sentence.
Voila.
Right on. So, now part 4, revel.
Whee!
Look at that. You can jump like a fox.
Or like a hound dog. If you've never seen Fox and the Hound, there's a very cute scene where Copper the hound dog like gets so excited that he's done what he's supposed to do, and he tries to howl, but he's still a little puppy and he can't really howl, and so it comes out all cute. So then I do that for David all the time.
Oh my goodness. Well done. Well, that is it. I think that was honestly one of the best topics you've ever come up with. It was a lot of fun, and you did just some really, really cool work, and I'm absolutely now going to use what as an indefinite, like at some point in time. Like, we got to do that.
Like, I don't know if it really makes sense. It made sense in my head in the moment.
As soon as you said like from whatever, like that's what did it.
Okay.
Like I got it. That was wonderful.
Thank
So,
you.
this has been LangTime Chat. I've been your Jessie Sams for the day.
And I've been your tangential David. Dead air David. Oh wait, what? sorry. No, thank you for putting together the lists, and that was fun.
All right, stay grammar, everybody.
Bye.